Okay, so in today's lesson, we looked at how to go from fractions to decimals, decimals to percents, all in a really cool way. And so that is actually on your multiplication chart somewhere. And so take a close look at that, and it definitely will help you in tonight's homework. Tonight's homework should go pretty quick. So when I look at 5%, to turn that into a decimal, I'm going to end up 5% means per hundred. I'm going to move the decimal two decimal spots. So as a decimal, it's 0.05. And then as a fraction, you could just write it as 5 hundredths. Because, I mean, if you say that correctly, that's the way it is. 400% equals 400 over 100, which is just like 4.00, like $4. To get a decimal of 0.5, that's 5 tenths, which is the same as 50 hundredths. That's the same as 50%. It's 50%. 3/5 would be the same as 6 tenths, which is the same as 60 hundredths, which would be the same as 0.60 or 60%. And so all of those should go pretty quick. As a decimal, that's 0.05. Oop, no, 0.05. As a fraction, it's 5 over 100. As a decimal, that's just 4. I'm going to put 0.00. It doesn't matter. And then as a decimal, 4 over 1, or, 400 over 100. Percent, that's 50%. As a fraction, 50% is 1/2, but I can put 50 over 100. This was 60%, 0.60. Next, Demetrius says, I don't know why this keeps popping up. Oh, because I've got a cursor, sorry. Okay, Demetrius says that because percent means out of 100, you need to multiply 3.7 by to write. No, what if you did 3.7%? Then that is definitely 3.7 times 1 over 100, or you'd move it two spots this way, which would be like 0.037. But that's not what he's saying. 3.7. To get 3.7 as a percent, you just multiply by 100. That would be like 370. The You should multiply by 100, not divide. He was dividing by 100. Next. Oh, a matching. Okay, well, mine looks a little bit different. I've got a 0350. This guy. Oh, nope, I have a percent. 3.050 is the same as this one. Those two should go together. Once, twice. Nope, that is not correct. Is this one. I moved the decimal two spots. So once, twice, there should be zeros. 30.305 is that one. 350 is the same as 3.5. And there we go. 3.5%. There you go. It's like 3 cents. So if you think money, most of these work themselves out. Like this would be 30 cents is 30%. This is $3.50, 3.50, and this one is 3 cents, 3%, as opposed to this one is, this is also 3 cents. But the 3 and the 5 are next to each other, where this one says 3.05. 0.2%, 0.2 is the same as 2/10. Or, if you just added a zero, it's 20 hundredths. So no matter which way I look, it should be 20%. That guy right there. And then I get to a review. Oh, I need to be able to write what 15 is what percent of 30. I'm hoping that you know that it's half. It's 50%. Submit and explain. I do is over of equals percent over, oops, there's a V there, percent over 100. And that's how I work it out. The is was 15 over 30, and then I look for a side-to-side number. I really wish I could show it worked out, but it's not letting me do that here. But 15 is half of 30. That's 50%. 3 is 1/4 of that, so it's 25%. I did is over of, but let's do. It would be 3 over 12 equals 1/4, and then I multiplied by 25 over 25 to get that is 25%. 6 is what percent of 10? 60. If 6 over 10 equals 6 over 100, so 6 over 10 equals 60 over 100. Again, my is over of percent over 100. And that looked weird, but yep, we're all there. If you have any questions, please ask in class. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.